Hello guys, and welcome back to the Double Standards.
Yeah. Alright, so today we're going to be doing the part 2 of asking people questions. So it's my turn and we'll be asking. So the first question, why is it accepted for women to be picky in their dating preferences, but for men they're criticised for it?
Oh, I don't think it's acceptable, no. Obviously women want the same rights as men, they should have the same rights in everything, so you know, it should be the same for both sexes, shouldn't it?
It's probably because of the stereotype that men are more players, so that women need to be more players, so that women need to be more careful. That's very much a stereotype.
Oh, right. So it's how we're being portrayed in society is why we can't be picking our preferences and saying, I want a skinny woman that looks like this with a big bum and blonde hair. And
because there's the issue with women being objectified, I suppose.
Yeah, but men, there's no issue with men being objectified, because shows like Sex and the City, they embrace it. Women sitting around talking about men, oh, he's sexy, oh, I want a piece of him, rah rah.
Well, I don't criticize men for being picky.
Yeah, but you would think of him a pig.
Because that's the way society has always made everybody to believe, whereas now, hopefully, we're moving in a direction where people can just be people and everybody's exactly the same.
So you wouldn't mind a man saying, I want a woman that's like this and looks like that with blonde hair, with this type of skinny, that type, and you wouldn't think him a pig?
No.
No?
No.
I would.
Would you?
Honestly, I don't care. Like, men could be open about it. I'd rather have men be open about it, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think men do it though, but they tend to do it separately, don't they? You know, women do it in a slightly different way maybe, with the girlfriends, and men, if they do it out in public and people overhear them, that's one thing, but I think women tend to maybe have that conversation in a bit more of a private group, so it's not so, well, offensive, I guess.
It's perceived to be more objectified for men to state their preferences of women than women for men.
Why do you think that is?
I think men, it's always seemed that it's how a woman looks, it's more about the superficial, whereas I think that women probably looking for different things, but then I know a lot of women who are really picky about what a man earns and that sort of thing, which I think is just as superficial. So.
Alright, question 2. So why are men criminalised when defending themselves from a woman, but women are victimised?
Yeah, I don't understand either.
No?
No, I don't.
That's just to do with the men being like a stronger sex, isn't it? Because men are more powerful, they're obviously always looked on. I know it don't really mean a lot, you don't have to, you know, but men are more powerful, isn't it? That's what it's to do with. Women
are getting more of a voice and they're standing up for things, and that's a really good thing. And quite often in history, women are more often the victims. So that's become our go-to, is to assume that the male is the criminal.
Men can be abused like women, so
if a guy told you he was getting abused by his missus, what would you do?
if a man told me, go to the police, go to the police, leave the relationship.
Would you ever, but you never condone him like defending himself against her?
No, he should, definitely.
He should?
Yeah, like don't kill her, but like get out of the situation, do what you have to do.
9 times out of 10, if a bloke is fighting a woman, the bloke is going to be more stronger genetically, isn't he? You know, yeah, that's what I feel about that.
Because men are physically stronger, society has then developed this sense that women are inferior to men. So, historically, women are more likely to need to defend themselves against men than vice versa.
I think a lot of cases that, you know, men are victims of domestic abuse, they just don't ever go to get any help. And maybe that's because they're feeling ashamed or they're not sure where they can go. But I think women, because you tend to have a bigger network of friends that you can talk
women
to.
are still portrayed as the weaker sex, and to actually, for a man to actually admit that a woman has assaulted them would be probably quite hard for them to do.
But then not all domestic violence is violence, so is it? A lot of it is emotional abuse, which is equally given by a male or a female.
Men do get abused by women, but it's more likely that a man is going to abuse that power.
Because of the way he's built?
Society's made men believe that.
Why can women be more open with their sexuality but men can't?
Can't they though? But can they really though? I'm not sure they can.
Can't they?
I think both sexes are judged for their sexual preferences.
Absolutely.
So is that how they identify sexually or how sexual they are as people?
Both how they identify and how they are, because in the media, again, you see like videos of like girls having pillow fights and playing together and kissing each other, and it's okay, but for men it's like, ooh.
It should be okay for men to be, you know, frisky with their friends or whatever. Like, why is it not okay? I don't know.
Yeah, but would you watch that on TV? If you saw that on TV, how do you feel?
Yeah, I would.
You're good.
I'm someone who would.
Okay.
Yeah, they shouldn't be, but to me, obviously, being a bloke, it is more acceptable for a woman to be more open with their sexuality, because obviously being a bloke, I'd enjoy 2 lesbians, I wouldn't enjoy 2 blokes.
Fair enough.
So I'm a gay woman, and there's not as many TV shows or places that are purely for gay women. You don't see as much representation, but I think with the history of gay men and oppression, there's still that stigma around a lot more, whereas however when girls are more sexually open and when you see it in TV shows, it's much for a male lens, and that men finding 2 women together quite attractive, and it's feeding into that.
And women don't. So you, like a woman, wouldn't watch like 2 men kissing and find that attractive.
Yeah, right. Whereas
women want a sex toy, no problem. Men want a sex toy, pervert.
I'm not like that.
No?
Like, I'm not like that at all.
I don't know how I feel about that one. Sex. Yeah.
oh my god. I don't know if I've ever come across that.
What, men with sex toys?
Well, I'm a gay woman, so it's not really something I've experienced of.
Why can't you both have a sex toy if that's acceptable?
Yeah, but men are more shunned on when they do things like that.
If you don't have a girlfriend you want to get off, like, please, like, go to the sex shop. Like, please do it. Like. Okay,
that sounds like a fun world, that.
I suppose a bloke can get off a bit easier than a woman, can't he? So it's I don't know. Yeah.
So you think they make it for the demand?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, obviously a bloke can knock one out wherever, but a woman, obviously.
Okay, fair enough. You basically see it more in the media that women have sex toys, not really men. Men, it's like a thing you hide. You don't go around telling everyone about it. But women, they can even compare the sizes in TV shows. Like, oh, look at mine. Oh, look at, you know. It's like we see it everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know if I've come across that one as much.
No?
Yeah. Don't know if it's because, honestly, it might be because I'm gay. Like, I feel like you see the world slightly differently.
Oh yeah, so what, you don't, oh is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a double standard, isn't it? Yeah, because if women want a sex toy, it's considered sort of like a freedom and I disagree. I don't think it should be like that either.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Previously, with men with sex toys like maybe blow-up dolls, it's all about being seedy, isn't it, and backstreet shops and things. So I think it should be, it should be okay for everybody to have sex toys.
Okay, so if women have sex toys, if a man tells you, I've got a sex robot, what would you think of that?
Well, a sex robot is kind of different to a sex toy, isn't it, really? I mean, for a woman, if it's a vibrator, that's not representing a whole person, is it?
No, but if it gives them pleasure, it's all classed as a sex toy, isn't it? An instrument of sex.
Yeah, but I guess a lot of things should be in private, and you know, everybody should be entitled to do whatever they want to do, but you don't necessarily have to flaunt it to the world.
Yeah, in private. Say if you're dating a man now and you got to his house, you open his drawer, he had sex toys in there, how would you think of him?
I'd be wondering why he needed me, I suppose.
And I guess maybe women do it more, so that's why we're more used to it, I'd say.
I think men don't tend to talk about things the same way women do, like you say, so it's, because women talk about it, it gets more the norm, doesn't it? Whereas men, it's sort of more secretive, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, see, in the movies, no, good, funny you should bring this up, because women share their tips with it, whereas I think for men it's slightly more embarrassing for them to own something like that, as if they're like not getting enough like physical enjoyment, let's say, so they use sex toys. It's not something that's talked about as much.
Yeah, it isn't. Should it be talked about as much as women's, or should we leave it as is?
Oh no, definitely. It's always good to be much more open about about this stuff.
Okay. Oh, we hope all this is opening your eyes on these double standards in society with men or with women. Tell us what you think about the ones with women and what you think about the ones with men. Do you practice them? Do you want them to change?
Just let us know what you guys think in the comments down below, and please make sure that you like, share and subscribe.
And come back next week for the next one. Bye!